back to my channel. My name is Vivi, and in today's video we're going to discuss what makes you look cheap as far as your wardrobe and as far as your personality and how you portray yourself when you're out and about or on social medias. Okay, I think I've talked about this many times, but it was just shattered on different videos, so I don't think I've ever done a video where I talk about step by step what makes you look cheap and what doesn't make you look cheap, what makes you look elegant and classy. Okay, some of you ladies, I've seen you've messaged me and telling me you like my channel, and I've seen how classy you look and I'm very proud of you. But some other of you, unfortunately, I keep seeing you making this mistake, and I just want to post this video to help you out, okay? Because there is nobody that is a desperate case that you can't better yourself or figure these things out and just start to do better and improve, okay? Before we start, I will encourage you to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, make sure that all of your friends, at least the ladies that are not so elegant or that are not so leveled up or that are cheap looking and ratchet and all that gangster, those masculine chicks, or who else, those ladies that don't know any better to come across this video, make sure you share my video with them so that it could potentially help them to improve their style, okay, and their manners. Okay, the number one thing I always tell you ladies, do not curse. I mean, I get so upset because it's in our culture, especially like younger people nowadays. You can hear them literally cursing every 2-3 words. In every sentence there is a B, there is a F, there is like H, all these literally like words that are not, they just don't look good on a woman. I'm telling you, you cannot be classy and have at the same time this type of vocabulary, okay? You have to make sure you try to avoid it as much as you can. Okay, it won't be easy at first, but trust me, it's just habits. You have to train yourself not to talk like that. Also, because that's going to make you stand out. You know what I mean? People notice those things. Trust me, especially men. You think they don't notice, but they do. And this is my number one suggestion. Just get rid of all these bad words and vulgar language overall. Like, just get rid of it, okay? From time to time, you might say one word, that's fine, excuse yourself. If you're in a certain situation where you may be upset or, it happens, so we are human, let's just be honest, we can't be perfect, but try to avoid it at all costs. Because let me tell you this, ladies, maybe you don't know this, or maybe they don't tell you this, but men, they actually, based on how you portray yourself or how you carry yourself, what you say, what is your language, what you wear, they actually put you into a category, okay? And this is going to take me to my second point. Try to dress as elegant as you can, meaning you don't need to necessarily be elegant 24/7 with the dress and all like that. You know what I mean? As you're going to a prom. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is try to look as polished as possible, okay? That means well-tailored clothes that are of quality. Nowadays, Instagram and social medias are basically putting out these new trends, fashions that are, like I said before, more popular among younger people and these new generations. Also are the trends that are coming from rappers or famous people, celebrities. They can dress whatever and wear whatever they want because they're celebrities. They are just paid for it. Maybe a company is paying them a lot of money, millions, to just share a post with their clothes. You know what I mean? So you cannot base your style just watching those celebrities, okay? You have to have your own style. If Cardi B is wearing booty shorts, that doesn't give you the right to wear booty shorts on Instagram and showing your booty, okay? And I'm telling you this, ladies, not to bash you, but I've been through that, so I don't want you to do the same mistakes. I'm actually trying to help you out, okay? The social medias are making it look normal, like this is something okay to do. And the thing is, like, yes, you can do it, but then when you present yourself to other people, you can't blame them for judging you based on that particular outfit that you're wearing, okay? At the end of the day, the first impression always counts. The impression count, period, is not only the first. Remember, even a friend of mine, he's a CEO of his own business, so he's someone affluent. He told me that when he was younger, he used to go and approach women that look sort of more slutty, you know, with those outfits that were more revealing or of cheap material. Women that are not well kept, unkept women, okay? Because it's something that is in their subconscious. They already know that those women are not gonna be hard to work for because they don't care much about their looks. In a man's mind, you are basically trying to sleep with him. You're trying to basically, you look available. You look like, oh, here I am, I'm a one-night stand. So you have to know this. Number 3, another thing you should avoid if you don't want to look cheap is to put a lot of jewelries, especially like a lot of fake jewelries, you know what I mean? Not all of us can afford diamonds, or maybe your sugar or your boyfriend, husband hasn't given you a jewelry yet. Well, try not to put a lot of things going on that are fake, because people, they can see that they're fake and they just don't look good overall, okay? So I would much rather wear something that is classy, that is smaller, versus the hoops and a lot of jewelries all together. It just looked tacky to me, you know what I mean? Another thing you should avoid doing is wearing those brand name, even if it's real, like Versace, Tommy Hilfiger, you know what I mean? First of all, if you can't afford it, it just look cheap on you, because people know that, okay? Usually people that don't have money wear those big logos because they kind of scream like, pay attention to me, I have money, when they don't have. Maybe they spend a full paycheck on that shirt, or you know what I'm saying? It's not trying to criticize, it's just what it is. I'm trying to be honest. It looks like you are seeking for attention, and then you want to be accepted so bad, and that you have spent all your money on clothes. And I've known so many people like this, especially in the hood. When I used to live in the hood, let me tell you ladies, I'm not trying to bash anybody, but I just want you to be aware of this. When I was in the hood, I used to see like people struggling literally to get to the end of the month because they had to pay for expensive clothes, the cars. They were living in a bad house, in a bad neighborhood, but the car was Mercedes, or like, they just want to appear to other people that way, okay? But they're not really rich. But there are some men like that as well. Don't let them fool you. They're not really rich. So when you put a lot of logos, it looks kind of tacky, just because people with money, they don't have to put a like big logos like that. Maybe they have one item, that's it. Not like everything with the brand logos like big like this. You know what I'm saying? That just looks tacky, it looks cheap. Another thing that I will say is, you look cheap when your clothes are not of quality, and I always say this, you should do like the Europeans do, like we do. Instead of buy a lot of cheap things that are not of quality, just focus on one item that is of quality. And you kind of have to master this skill. You know, you just have to become very good at finding the right items, the right accessories, the right clothes. You know, they don't have to be expensive. Like I always say, you can find quality and on a good price. You know what I mean? You don't need to necessarily break your bank, but it's important that you're more selective. Actually, you should go and check out one of my previous videos, which is being picky equal quality. Just be picky with whatever you pick, you know, at the store. Also, another advice I have for you ladies is try to wear clothes that fit you well, meaning do not buy clothes that are oversized or clothes that are too small for you. You know what I mean? Like on Instagram, you see those things all the time. You see like baggy clothes, like, you know, or super small, tiny, stretchy outfits. Those are not elegant. They're not cute. They just look cheap. You look cheap as a result. You know, I will always, if I was you, I will opt for quality, something that fits you well or is custom made for you. If you can't afford to custom made, that's totally fine. There is always something that you can wear that looks elegant, and you know, you don't have to break your bank for it, okay? But invest in that. I would much rather pay a little bit more for something that I really, really like versus a lot of junk that I have to trash anyway. The material is gonna stretch out, it's gonna break. Opt for the quality if it makes sense. Sometimes I feel like simplicity is the key. You just have to keep your own style. You keep your, you know, your fashion. You don't have to be like a plain Jane or blah or vanilla. No, you keep your own sense of style, but just tone it down if you feel like it's too much going on. It can look a little bit trashy, a little bit tacky, okay? It could go overboard. And unfortunately, men judge you for the appearance, okay? If you're too flashy, too much, sometimes is not good, okay? Less is more. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, going back to the celebrity situation with Kim Kardashian, like I get it, she gets paid and she has her own business. She could do that, okay? To wear certain things that, my opinion, are a bit not so elegant. She always dictates fashion. She's an icon. We can't deny that, okay? A lot of women rush to get their body done just like Kardashian. But remember, ladies, that the Kardashians, they are multimillionaires, okay? They are benefiting from this new trend, starting new trends and new fashions. So they're benefiting from you, okay? From people that follow them, because, and I'm not saying that's wrong, good for them, you know what I mean? Because that's a smart business move, and they're very smart business women, business influencers, you know what I mean? Fashion gurus, whatever you want to call it, you know, they've become icons, okay? But for you, listen, if you live a regular life, you have to think about it. You're not getting paid to be naked on Instagram, like just like they do, okay? You just look like a hoe on Instagram. When you expose yourself too much, and trust me, I've been guilty of this, so I know what I'm talking about right now, because you don't know, and maybe you don't know any better. You need someone to tell you this, okay? People judge you, men judge you based on this. The Kardashians, they have a certain look that, even though they are promoting their clothing or whatever they try to sell, okay, to you, that type of look, if you wear those things on in your regular life, people gonna judge you like, you know, this is not something honestly that is classy. Okay, some of the things that the Kim Kardashian wears is not classy at all. You have to be selective and you have to use your own brain and your own judgment. Do not wear anything just because she's wearing it, okay? Or Cardi B or Nicki Minaj or whomever other celebrities that are on Instagram. Most of them, they're trying to catch your attention. That's why they are, you know, wearing those provocative clothes, but they get paid. You know, they make millions, okay? Unless they pay you, why would you be a stripper online for free? It doesn't make any sense to me. You know, they even pay you to show everything you got. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that. It's just tacky at its finest. And you know, I'm telling you this because, like I said, I used to do that because I used to do lingerie modeling, and it's just not good. I realized that I was making a mistake, and I just changed my ways, okay? Because people judge you, and the people that approach you when you look a certain way are the wrong people, the one that you don't want, okay? So that's just what I'm trying to say. Now, what else? Also, ladies, somebody has to tell you this, but sometimes when you decide to get plastic surgery, listen, I have nothing against plastic surgery, and I've talked about this on my Instagram. I'm pro plastic surgery. If you feel like you don't like yourself and you go and fix it, you know, at the end of the day, you have to like yourself. But just keep this thing in mind. If you go and get surgery and you decide to have the big booty and, you know, the big titties, you have to expect that. And this is not judgmental at all. I'm just stating the facts, okay, of how other people could perceive that. Because that could be perceived as if you work in a nightclub. I'm saying, you know, some plastic surgeons are very natural, and I would recommend you to opt for that type of surgeon to, you know, spend a little bit more instead of just save your money and then have a botched surgery. Listen, I'm just being honest, and I'm just telling you what my friend also told me, you know, that this is what they think. Men think like that, okay? So if they see you with big fake tits and big fake butt, I'm not saying it's wrong for you to do it, but they're gonna think you're easy, okay? They're gonna think, oh, she must be working at a nightclub, okay? Or she must be, I don't know. But that's just the opposite of classy, basically. I let you judge. And at the end of the day, if you're happy with your body, then go for it. Don't let anybody tell you or, you know, criticize you. At the end of the day, nobody's perfect, and you always be criticized no matter what. If you look skinny, if you look fat, if you look fake, if you look natural, you're still gonna be criticized. Not everybody can like you, that's for sure, that's fact. But keep this in mind that some men or people in general could think that, okay? So it's not an accusation, but I would say just try to work out or just do surgery that looks more natural instead of having huge implants, or unless those are paying you and you do that because they're giving you some sort of money. But if you want to attract or the right person and you want to be with someone long term and you want to, you know, have a family or whatever, a serious relationship, having that type of surgery is just going to attract the wrong people. I'm telling you the truth, and I know that people are out there not gonna tell you. They're not gonna be so brave to tell you in your face what I'm telling you, but this is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Those women that have big breast implants, big booties, they are the ones that work in the nightclubs, and usually those are the type of women that work there. So people are going to associate that with you.
And by the way, I have absolutely nothing against women that work in the nightclub. Actually, I think they are very smart and they use their body to make money. So, but that's just it, okay? So when they're out of the club, they don't look like they work there. They don't want to look like that. Sometimes, some of them, okay? And some of them don't even have their body done. But what I'm trying to say is, for society, that's the look, you know? People associate you, if you decide to get big breast implants or big booty implants, you know, they associate the body done with porn star, hookers. You know, that's it. That's the reality of the facts. And I'm sorry if I'm too straightforward. It's just the truth, okay?
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're the judge, and you are the captain of your own ship. You know, you decide your destiny. I'm just here to give you a heads up. Things that could make you look cheap. Also, your hair. Take care of your hair. You know, they are a big part of your beauty. And you look cheap if your hair are unkept. They look like they're not brushed, or you need to have a retouch. You know, for instance, you're blonde and your roots are right here. You know, they look dusty. Do not get to that point, okay? People look at everything. When they see you, they analyze you. Another thing that makes you look very cheap is if you don't have confidence and you don't know your value, you look cheap as a result. Like I always say, men test you many times to see what is going to take for them to sleep with you, okay? And if you have no boundaries, you don't have self-respect, you can be the prettiest, most well-kept woman, the most polished woman, but if you don't have boundaries, or you don't set boundaries or standards, you look cheap, okay? If you just agree with everything, or let him take over, when a man tries with you, you don't stop them. If he's inappropriate, he's gonna keep going, you know what I mean? You have to set some boundaries. If he disrespects you, you have to let him know. That's a major thing. Like, you look cheap if you don't have self-value, if you don't value yourself and you don't put certain stops. You know, you draw that line in the sand, girl. I'm telling you, you have to, because if you don't do it, who's gonna do it for yourself? Nobody. The man is going to take advantage of you, okay? And this happens when a woman is naive, when a woman is young, and when she hasn't experienced life much. You know, you think that everyone is good, and you think about love like, oh my God, I just want to fall in love like the movies. But the truth is that men are after one thing, and if they see you are always saying yes or agreeing with everything they say, they're trying to take you home. You know what I mean? They're going to try to take advantage of you. That, as a result, makes you look cheap, okay? Because the more available you look and you are, the cheaper you look, okay? So there are so many things that make you look cheap, okay? I hope you know that. And this is the reason why I'm doing this video. One of the other things that I really don't like, I don't know which point it is, but the botched lips, or too much fillers, too much Botox, you look cheap AF, okay? Excuse me. You look cheap because you have to select the right injector, okay? Even younger people right now, they're doing the lips and they look like ducks. You know, they're overfilled, or simply the injector is the one that you find with the Groupons. They don't know how to do it right, and the result is unnatural, and you don't want to look unnatural. You want to keep, you know, looking like a better version of yourself. That's when you know that the injector is good, when they do a good job. Like, people can't tell if you had something done or not. So yeah, I would recommend you to invest a little bit more into that. You know, don't go for, oh, the cheapest injector. Go for the quality one, okay? Spend a little more. Like I said, quality is the key. People can tell when you go to Groupons, okay? People can tell when your face look like you are on Groupon. You know what I mean? Like, actually, when you go to the wrong person, it can even age you. Instead of looking fabulous, you look older. Like, I remember this lady that actually is my age, but I call her lady because literally she looked like she was in her 50s and she isn't, you know, in her 30s. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong with her? How come? She's lying. Show me her passport. You know, because she went to those cheap surgeons, cheap injectors. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, it's better to spend a little bit more, but have a good result. Look natural. Look a better version of yourself. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you have to keep spending more money, even more money, because you have to fix what this bad injector did to you, okay? So I would much rather go to a good one, okay? Make your own research, damn it, okay? Another thing that it makes you look super cheap is the new leggings that have the little thing in the middle to make your butt look, your boob look bigger. And this is all coming from the Kardashian influence, which I dislike so much. You look like you are basically try to give it up on a silver plate, basically. That's what men see you as, you know what I mean? When you show that and you basically go around the city with those type of leggings, you don't use them only in the gym or in the house, you go out with those type of leggings, people that are going to approach you are going to think that you're easy, okay? Because you look cheap. So everyone who doesn't put a little bit of effort into their looks before stepping out of the house, and they go out with flip-flops, Crocs, even the Crocs that are from the new Crocs that from Kardashian, whatever, you know, bonnets, like I said before, unkept hair, like they look inexpensive. They don't look high maintenance, they look low maintenance, which means cheap, okay? So make sure you always put a little bit of effort into your look before you step out of the house, before you encounter or meet anyone. When you go out into the world, you should look presentable. You should look like you have put some sort of effort, that you love yourself, that you care about how you look like, okay? You don't need to put hours and hours into your look. You just have to brush your hair, make sure that your hair look good, look decent, look presentable. Put a little bit of mascara, maybe, you know, put a little bit of foundation. If you have problems with your skin, maybe put a little bit of foundation, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be too complicated. You can still look simple, but at the same time, well kept, okay? Try to look like you care about yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, you can tell women that have a low maintenance life because they just don't care about how they go out and about. Like, they just pick the first random thing from their closet and they just walk out like that. Flip-flops, Crocs, it's just not good, okay? Men can tell that. Even though you think they don't pay attention to the look, even though they say they prefer you without makeup, overall, you should look like you're well kept, okay? That you care about yourself. Now, moving on, if you have too much décolletés, I will recommend you to just try not to wear too much of a deep V, like me right now. You see what? I have small boobs. I can't do that because mine are basically invisible. But if you have a big décolleté, then I will recommend you to just try to wear it a little bit, you know, because you're drawing your attention in that particular part of your body and you don't want that. It looks tacky, okay? You have to make sure that your handbag is of quality, okay? There is nothing worse than a cheap handbag. You might be looking like a snack, you look good, but the handbag looks cheap, looks like you picked it up at the Dollar Trees. If you want, I have my Amazon store. You can go check out my bags and all the dresses, recommendations. You know, I've linked it in the description box down below. Go check it out. And I hope you like the selection. Okay, my selection, what I selected for you ladies to help you out. Another thing that I always say in all of my videos is nails. Ladies, like I said, less is more. Wear nails that are classy, not complicated, no rhinestones, or, you know, I've seen women with long nails and they attach like on top, they glue like all sort of stuff, all sort of stones, and I don't even know. Like the Cardi B nails, okay, that she has actually promoted on, you know, since she actually has started this fashion with those long nails that are a little bit pointy, and you know, women have started to wear them even more, like the long ones. I'm saying the long ones with okay, and now they're starting to wear them also on their feet. Like I've seen videos on Instagram that I cringe, women wearing long toenails and even pointy long toenails, and this is just crazy to me. This is the most ratchet look, trashy look I've ever seen, okay? How can you even wear shoes? Like you can't even wear shoes. Like, no way. Is a no for me. Anyways, let's talk about the eyebrows. The eyebrows are very important because they have to be harmonious with your face, are almost like the frame of your face. You have to make sure they're not too thin because they're gonna make you look older than your age, or they're not too bushy, okay? If you don't know how to do your eyebrows, then I would recommend you to go to see an expert. How do you call them? Like the technician, the eyebrow technician? Somebody that can do it for you, okay? Somebody that has good eyebrows, okay? Because check the technician, so she doesn't have nice eyebrows, don't go to her. Go to someone with really nice eyebrows that has a sense of aesthetic, and then somebody that can actually recommend you the right shape and can help you with that, okay? But I've seen women with crazy eyebrows that are like, woo, one is like this, one is down, and one is up. I mean, it's crazy, okay? Try to make it symmetrical. If you can't do it yourself, if you can't shape it yourself, or if you can't design it with the little pencil, they look too dark, don't do it yourself. Just go to a specialist. There is a reason why they're there, okay? Anyways, let's now talk about the eyelashes, okay? The broom eyelashes, how I like to call them. The ones that are super thick and they're not natural at all. Like the ones that make your eyes go like this, like you have a smoke pot or something. You know what I mean? Because they're so heavy that you can even keep your eyes open. Those eyelashes are just look so cheap. They make you look like you just step out of the ghetto. I'm telling you, okay? And I'm sorry, but this is just the truth. This doesn't look classy, period. You know, you can still have your eyelashes done and not be so thick. You know, they can do it in a nice, natural way. And that's what I will recommend you to opt for, okay? Last but not least is the makeup. Choose a nice natural type of makeup, meaning I always tell you this, ladies, in many videos. You know, the Instagram or YouTube makeup tutorials are great, but some of them are way too much. You know, it's too much for a day-to-day life. You know what I mean? They're way too cakey, they're way too heavy, and you know, some type of makeups, they can result into being looking ghetto or looking very unnatural and cheap. You can look cheap just by having like too much makeup. And actually there are some videos that I noticed that I put a lot of makeup sometimes, you know what I mean? Myself, I criticize myself because I'm like an artisty type, okay? So I like to play a little bit with the colors and stuff, and sometimes you go overboard when you go out at nighttime and you try new things and stuff. But I noticed that, I don't know, in one of my or two videos that I made, listen, I don't know what it was, because in the mirror it looked good, but I feel like maybe the lighting, I'll look like a clown, okay? And you don't want to look like a clown, especially if you don't need as much makeup, okay? If you need makeup or whatever, just figure out a natural way to cover whatever you need to cover and still look natural, okay? I feel like that's what you need to do to look more classy. Too much is never good, okay? So sometimes, like I said before, less is more. Is all for today, ladies. Thank you so much for watching, and if you decide to subscribe to sugardaddyme.com, go in the description box down below. There is my affiliate link if you decide to make money. And also don't forget to share, subscribe, like, share, you know what I mean, all those things that are gonna help my channel grow, and I see you in my next video.